Hello, let's start with 2020 October November paper 3. Okay, we're gonna cross-check with all the files that we have with the list that is given. I've already extracted the source file and I cannot see the extension, so I'm just gonna enable it. File extension, okay, better. So BG contact JPEG Daisy logo OWG text Vista wall and year end. Okay, done. So we're going to do task 1 now. You're going to create a new Word document. So you open Word, put it aside, blank document. They say make sure your name, center number and candidate number will appear on every page. That means it needs to be either in header or footer, up to you, since they didn't specifically tell. Okay, next. Save this document with the following name. It's going to be save as. So I'll be saving in desktop. Have a recording folder. So it's going to be N20 evidence underscore center number underscore candidate number. Save. Okay, done. So you need your evidence document during the examination to place screenshot required. We're going to create a website first. Okay. So you are going to create a web page and style sheet for Outlay Worldly Garden. The web page and style sheet must work in any browser. All color code must be in hexadecimal. Make sure that your style sheet contains no HTML. Okay, now we're gonna create a folder. So new folder, we're gonna call it OWG. Gonna move all this into this BG contact Daisy logo OWG and text. Oh, not yet. Vista and wall. I'm gonna drag this in. So we have all this. Next, display the content of your OWG folder showing the folder name. You can see folder name up here. All file names, yes. And file extension, yes, we already enable it. Image dimension and file size. In this view, I cannot see. So I try to change to this detail view. Can see file size but no dimension. Let's add that in. So we're gonna add columns, or you can even go for content view. Content view normally will give you everything that you want. So it has to be big, then only you can see the dimension. So this is good enough. So let's take a print screen. You have to include the part here in order to show your folder name. So it's gonna be evidence 1. Okay, bold. You don't affect the picture. Okay, next we're gonna create a web page. I'll be using Visual Studio Code. So let's go here, and so I just download it. Okay, I'm not gonna do anything. I just Control T, Control N, sorry, and then we're gonna save this first. So make sure you save it in your OWG folder because that's where all your pictures are. So in my OWG folder, we're going to save it as owg.htm, and this one change to all file type because I did put the extension here. It will automatically detect. Save. So we're going to create a table structure that's going to look like this. So I'm going to start off with doc type, HTML, height, and then this is the skeleton that you need to know. Now we're going to create this table structure in a web page that you're going to see. So that means anything that's visible on your web page should be in between this tags. So I'm going to create table with body equals to 1. This is just a temporary solution just to see the structure is okay or not. Then you must set the width. Usually they won't tell, but sometimes you have a mark there. So best case scenario, you just use inline styling because it doesn't need to confuse with whether you need to put px or not. So use inline styling. The width of the entire table from this end here to this end, you can see from cell A. Just set your cell A as the maximum because they already give you the width. And the unit is, let's see, oh here, these are in pixels. So we're gonna put px. And then table is done. Okay, save. So here we got PR is to create rows. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 rows. So let me show you. I'm gonna go in a kindergarten way, one by one. So I'm gonna create 4 rows. So 2, of course you can copy paste. That's the best. Look smart. 4. So and then you write the alphabets that go into your rows. You can even put extra enter here so that you can easily differentiate. So this is a one set here. So my A goes in this first row. Then in my second row, we have B. I'm just gonna copy this. We have C, D, E. Gonna change the alphabets. C, D, E. Then here we have F, G, H, I. And here we have J and K. So of course you need to change. F, G, H, I, J, K. Control S. Always save your work. Now we're gonna create the table data. Okay, you are not done yet. So after this command, just press enter, create a TD here. You already created a table data for A, but then you have to see, number one, is there a merge? And then is the dimension given or not? So if you want, you can set the dimension first, or you can do the call span or row span. The, how to say, it doesn't matter which one comes first, as long as you have both. The width is 872 pixels, and the height is 215 pixels. That's a call span of 1, 2, 3, 4. How do I know? I know that in total there's 4 columns, and in 4 columns, this cell A already merged all 4 columns. So that's why it's called span 4. Okay, for B, TD, and there's no call span or row span. There's only the width. With 200 pixels. Okay, gonna copy the whole TD here because CDE all the same. So I'm just gonna copy paste. Then I'm gonna check. Save. I already have 2 rows, so I'm just gonna see how my website so far looks like. This is it. So I'm gonna set this. Okay, let me set. Okay, I can see my second row, but that's since we didn't set the height, that's why it's like very thin. So it's still correct, the structure is there, so don't worry. So let's continue. For F is just the height, there's no width. I just pasted the one that I copied earlier on. Height 80 pixels. Okay, GHI didn't tell anything, so it's gonna be just a TD here. Because once you set the height, it will all apply to the whole row. So not to worry about it. Okay, J. Okay, I can see there's a call span too. They merge. And then there's a height and width. 4. And the height is 150. Gonna copy this for K as well. Copy, paste. They didn't tell any dimension. I'm gonna delete this part because the setting that we put for J, usually will automatically apply to K. So let's check. Fresh. Okay, looks okay. Alright, next. Each table cell is identified with a letter. Only essential dimension are shown. These are in pixels. Okay. Cell content shown in the diagram must not appear on a final page. That means you cannot write these things. It should be empty. All cell width allowed for border spacing will be set in your style sheet. So we shouldn't have this. So this one, once you already check your structure correct, you're going to delete this. Okay, because we're going to put the border in style sheet. Okay, next, we're going to set the title of the web page. Title, any setting, you're going to do it in height. Save and refresh. You won't see here, it will be gone. Don't worry, because we deleted the border equals to 1. And the title will appear on your tab. Okay, next, cell A. So whatever goes to cell A, we're going to type in between the opening TD and close TD. So we're going to insert the image, IMG, SRC, and 20. If your website and your pictures are in the same folder, Visual Studio Code will pick up all the files that's in that folder. So it doesn't need to type, and it will eliminate any typo. So of course you need to have ALT, always. Logo. A meaningful word, like 1 or 2 words is good enough already. Now to resize, so I'm gonna do inline styling. Width is 872 pixels. Height is 215 pixels. Save. And try to check first. Okay, done. Okay, next. Place in cell F, G, H, and I these words and set this text in style H2. Okay, we're gonna look for cell F. F is here. H2. For F is flowers. I'm gonna copy this because it's gonna be the same style, just different words. F, G, H, and I. G is landscaping, walled gardens. You have to follow exactly. If it's small g, then you have to be right in small g. Save, and then just just F5. Okay, next. Place in cell B, C, D, and E the most appropriate picture from those provided. Match the text in step 5. Aspect ratio for each image must match the placeholder. Where necessary in HTML, make sure each picture is displayed in 200 pixel wide while maintaining the aspect ratio. Okay, let's see what pictures do we have first. We need to match. Okay, this one BG, JC, and then wall, and then Vista. I think flower we can go with BG. So flower is the first part. So flower is here, so summer here, the first column. For that means the B will be my first column. IMG SRC and 20BG. So I'm gonna put an ALT of flower. I'm just gonna set the width to 200. They say aspect ratio maintained. That means you can only do one, either height or width. Copying this and then pasting, because later we're just gonna change the ALT and file name. Okay, first column flower. Now, and then landscaping. Daisy of course cannot. And then we have Vista and Vault. So we have, let's put Vista here for landscaping. And here I'm going to change landscape. Then wall garden, we got a wall here. And 20 wall. Then last one is contact us. Contact us, we got to contact us here. Save and then refresh. Oh, my contact us is not visible. Let's see why. Wrong file. JPEG, not HTML. Okay, we have this. Now let's continue with the question. Okay, in cell J. J is here. What do we need to put? The content of the file text. So all you need to do is you open the file text here. Open. Control A, Control C, copy. And then they say put it in style paragraph. So what I usually do is I open P and then I paste it here. I need extra line. You want your Visual Studio Code to show everything. All you need to do is go to View, press Word Wrap, and then it will bring it in one page. So even when you make it small, you can still see everything. As always, in cell K here, we're gonna type web page last updated by on a new line below. Place your name, center number, and candidate number. Set all the tags in K and H3. So I will have my H3 first. I type web page last updated by colon. I put an enter because we want it to be in a new line. Save. When I refresh, it won't work. My name will not be in a new line because in HTML, although you put enter, it doesn't work. You need to put a BR. Okay, you want to put a 1 BR, 2 BR, it's okay, as long as it is a new line. Now it's in a new line. Okay, Control S, add appropriate alternate text, already done. Set the name of the default target window to self. Okay, it's in a setting here. So it's called base target underscore self. That means any link that you have here will open on the tab itself. It will load in the same tab. Okay. Alright, I have something wrong here. I didn't close my MG. I see this one red, then I check the line before. Okay. So Control S. Now, question 11. Create a hyperlink for the text contact us and from the image. So two places are the word contact us and also the image. So when you click and then you open this website and in a new browser called _blind. So what I do is, this is the text and here's the image. Let's do the text first. AHREF. So anything that you want to make it into a hyperlink will be in between your opening A and closing A. If you want image, your image tag will be here at the place where highlighted. So here is where what is the link that you want to attach. So it's going to be contact.html and open in a new tab. So we're going to use an attribute called _blind. Same thing, but with an image here. Contact us image. So AHREF. And have to close your A after the image. So here we're going to type M20 contact and then target _blind. Let's refresh. Click at the image. It should work on a new tab. Your website should be still there. When I close this, when I click at contact, it will open here. When I click at the image, new page as well. Okay? Alright, it's working. Now, question 12. Attach the style sheet owg.css. Attaching style sheet is in head as well. So it's link, rel, or you can start with href also can. Style sheet, ref, href, and 20 CSS file. You can put type, even without type also it will work. It's a text file with CSS. Okay, let's refresh. It moved a bit. No much difference, just moved a bit. Okay, maybe it has nothing yet, just margins. Okay, now we're gonna open this file. You can press Ctrl and click at the file name, or you can just Ctrl O and then open the file also can. So we already opened. So style sheet needs to be added, to be updated to add the following. Number 1, background of the image should have this color. To have background color, background image, anything background, it has to be in body. Okay, so you just type background color, you have this already. Question already say must be in hexadecimal. How to remember which one goes first? It's RRGGBB. Okay, this sequence. So RR is read. So read first. Here in the question, read is AD. AB. G is C5. RGB. B is A4. This is the background color that we have. Control S. Next, set the background of the web page to be this. N20BG I already used, but this is a background image, so I'm going to change this. Based on our folder here, I used this, but it shouldn't be this. Then why not I just use Daisy? So I'm just going to remove this because it's going to be a background image. Shouldn't be as your content. Better option is Daisy. So let me check the website. Okay, looks better. Okay, next. Background image only at the top right corner. So let's put background image first. URL, quotation mark, N20BG. By default, your background image will repeat itself. By default, okay, if you just put background image. Because they want it to appear at specific place, that means there shouldn't be any repeat. So you need to set background repeat to no repeat. Okay, if we set to no repeat, it will only appear at one place, which is here at the corner here. Then we're gonna change the position, top and right. So background, you have X and Y. You can set top right or right top. Sometimes it's not correct, the sequence. Sometimes you need to follow, it's either, it should be top right. If you write right top, then it's wrong. So the best way is you use X and Y. So I use X. So from here I determine X axis, left or right. It's right. So this is like the safest way. Background, position Y. Y is Y axis, top or bottom or center. So this is top. Control S, then refresh. So you have it up here. This one done. Next, set the font H1, H2, H3 and paragraph. 3 things. So you got 3 text or 3 elements involved. Then you group them. H3 and paragraph. What they want? Oh, font. Set Arial. So that means it's font family. Arial. You only put quotation mark for the font name when you have more than one word, like Times New Romans. And the next one is you need a quotation mark. Tika, new, because it's more than one word, comma. If Arial don't have, then you use Helvetica, your browser. So if neither of this, then you have to set to default sans serif font. Then you just type sans serif. Sans serif is one word because it's connected by a dash. Control S. Set the paragraph style to 12-point fully justified text. So we don't have any P here. So we're going to create P. Font size 12 point, it's PT. Then text align to justify. Control S. Let's go back, refresh, done. Okay. So add your name, center number, and candidate number as command at the start of the style sheet. So we're gonna press enter, enter. Gonna type here. Command for style sheet is /*. Your information. MY8489311 * close. Control S. Save the style sheet in OWG folder. It's already there, so we don't need to do anything. Take a screenshot of the content of your style sheet. So print screen. We're just gonna take a screenshot like this. Then this will be my evidence to paste. So if you want to make it small, can, but not too small. Okay. Display the web page in your browser. If necessary, resize. So if I put it small, cannot. So if I resize, it will look like this. So what they want? That's the question. Here. All text can be easily read. Address bar is visible. Background image is visible. So we're going to take picture of this website. This is the address bar. You must show this. Okay, we're going to paste for our evidence tree. You can control enter to page break. Evidence tree, paste, website done. Then evidence 4 is HTML. So going back here, you can take multiple screenshots, so don't worry. So I'm gonna take until line 29 here. Evidence 4. Then from line 30 onwards until 54. And 55 until the end. Control S, done. Okay, so this is our task to finish. We can minimize this. I'm already Control Z, sorry, Control W. So Control W as well. Okay, next task 3. So we are going to perform calculation using income and expenditure of this company over 12 months period. All currency value must be in $ with 2 decimal places. So let's open. So we can go out from OWG. We have year end here. Open this. Right aside. I usually resize because it's easier to see. We're gonna place edited by followed by space, center number, and then followed by space, by on, followed by space, today's automated date. Right align in the header. So header, 2 options. You can click insert and then find your header. Should be here. Or I just use this view. At the bottom here you have 3 different views. Page layout view. For 3 boxes, left, center, and right. They want right align, then you click at the right align. So you type edited by, followed by a space, your details. Then followed by on, space, and then today's automated date. You will see at header and footer here, you will see current date. Click this. Okay, make sure there's a space after your on. Okay, done. Control S. You can see at the side. It should look okay. Then save this. Save as this PC. So N20 year oops. Let's call center number, candidate number. Always change to Excel workbook. Save. Going back to normal view, this is what I have. Control S. Okay, insert 2 new rows at the top. So just highlight 2 rows and right click and then insert. Okay, done. Then we're gonna merge A1 until M1. I'm using my cursor. I'm using my keyboard shift and then right arrow. Merge. And then we're gonna type this word. Expenditure. Always Control S. When you're done one step, Control S. Now we're gonna format that to look like this. And then format the merged cell in A1 to M1 to have 24 point to only give you the font size. And then white text and dark blue background. My dark blue is here. Not dark enough. Okay, good. Okay, format only the merged cell in row 3 to contain 18 point high and have a light gray background. Okay, so our row 3. So before I go there, it looks bold, so I'm gonna bold it. Okay, I'm gonna go row by row or column by column. So let me do column by column because it looks everything like got right aligned. The numbers are automatically right aligned, but column A is right aligned and bold. We resize, and then the rest are not okay yet. So let me do row 3, merge until total, and then they already say that it has to have 18 point because this is row 3. Bold and light gray background. So I'm gonna format painter here and put for expenditure as well, and also for the profit and loss. And I can see that there's a border, so I'm gonna add border. That resize this. Okay. Alright. Okay. Row 2, okay. I'll make it bigger a bit. It's too cramped. Alright, row 2, okay. Row 3 done. It's merged. Column F and column K. It's very small. So I just highlighted both and resizing. Because when you highlight both and resize, both will have the same measurement. It will look more neat. And then for column 4, it's center. And then it's bold as well. Okay. So resizing. Okay. So add a bit more space. This part, I'm gonna add a bit more space as well. Control S. Everything else looks okay. You're gonna play the game like find the difference, spot the difference. So when everything okay, you can proceed. Now I know all this money, it's all about money, about profit and all. So it has to be dollar sign and 2 decimal places. I use this one, which is accounting. It gives a clean look where your dollar sign all will be aligned to the left, numbers on the right. You can also use currency. Okay. All right, next one. In cell E5, E5 is here. Use a function, okay, to calculate the total income for January. Function is this. So, total income for January. In J5, use a function. I'm doing this, to calculate the total expenditure. Sum expenditure. In L5, calculate the profit for January. Profit is equals to income minus expenditure, equals income minus expenditure. Done. I have to resize, too small. Okay, next, in M5, display the text profit. So M5 is here. If the profit of this month is greater than or equals to 0. If profit is less than 0, then it's loss. So we're going to use if function. If the profit is greater than or equals to 0, then it needs to show profit. If not, then it's a loss. Okay, next. Format this cell to have black text on red background if the cell contains the text loss. So this is called conditional formatting. Eventually, you're going to replicate this. I'm just going to replicate now. Okay, here, this part. Conditional formatting. Oops. Add new row. Contains here. If it contains equals to loss. If it's loss. The question say black text, red background. Format. Text color is here. Black text, red background. Press OK. This is what we want. Press OK. Again, continue. If the cell is, format the cell to be white text and black background if it displays profit. We're going to add another new rule. Contains equals to profit. So it's going to be black background and white text. It should look like this. Press OK. So they want evidence to show that. So for evidence, you click manage rule, and this is the evidence that we want to show. So print screen, this. This is your evidence 5. Replicate the formula. Done. Finish. We already replicate. We already finished the part. Format all the currency. Also done. Save the spreadsheet, and then we're gonna print it. Now showing formula. Showing formula, you click at formulas, and you have something called show formula here. Don't just straight print. Please resize. Click at the corner, double click. Always resize. If not, something will be hidden. So we're gonna print now. Control P, because we're gonna print a PDF. Okay, it has to be landscape. Follow one by one the instruction. Row and column heading is visible. Sheet. Row and column heading, check the box. It will show you the 1, 2, 3 ABC. Everything is fully visible. You got more than one page. It's okay. They didn't ask you to crack. So we print this. This will be your printout 1. So I put it as P1. Okay, next one. Show value. When they want you to show value of this show formula thing, click again. When you click again, it will all be gone. Don't panic. Resize. Okay, once you resize, everything will be restored. Okay, next, we're gonna print again. Control P. This time they didn't say what orientation, so we're gonna leave it. fit on single page. So scaling, fit on one page. Row and column heading not displayed. Go to your page setup again, sheet, uncheck this, press OK. Content is fully visible. OK, done. Print. So this is my P2. Next, evidence. Can close this, we are done. Save. Then we have our evidence. Control P. So, no need to change anything. Print. And this will be our P3. Finish. Okay, so that's all for this paper.